Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Redneck Files, the only place where alien abductions meet tractor pulls. Make sure to slap that like button, and don't you dare forget to hit yourself to the subscribe button. Now grab your tinfoil hats and your moonshine, because here's the man, the myth, the legend, Cletus Moonbeam, your host of the Redneck Files. Yeehaw.
All right, folks. At the end of this video, we will slap a rating on today's Redneck Files episode. Here on the Redneck Files, we've got ourselves a special rating system. Let me break it down for you. First up, we've got solid gold. This is for when the evidence stacks up. Next, we've got hot garbage. Now, if what we've dug up stinks, then it's hot garbage. Lastly, we've got up for debate. If we're sitting on the fence with good arguments on both sides and no clear winner, then it's up for debate. The Bible, particularly in the books of Ezekiel and Zechariah, mentions armies mounted on horses descending upon Israel in the latter days. Let's take a gander at some of these scriptures. Ezekiel 38:15-16. Then you will come from your place out of the far north, you and many peoples with you, all of them riding on horses, a great company and a mighty army. You will come up against my people Israel like a cloud to cover the land. Zechariah 12:4. In that day, declares the Lord, I will strike every horse with panic and its rider with madness. But I will keep a watchful eye over the house of Judah. Now, some folks reckon these mentions of horses are just symbolic, given our modern warfare's tanks and drones. But recent happenings suggest otherwise. In the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, reports have surfaced about Russian forces resorting to using horses and donkeys to transport troops and supplies. This shift aims to dodge high-tech surveillance and drone strikes, highlighting a blend of old-school tactics in modern warfare. Take a look at some of these news stories.
The mighty Russian military is now relying on donkeys.
Soviet equipment reserves are running out. The Russian occupiers have begun to switch to horses.
Russians started deploying horses, re-implementing cavalry into modern warfare. South of Pokrovsk, Russian forces are desperate to push westward.
Russia using donkeys, horses, for frontline logistics.
Now, let's chew on this. What if an electromagnetic pulse EMP bomb were detonated? Such a blast could fry all electronics, rendering vehicles and advanced weaponry useless. In such a scenario, armies might have no choice but to saddle up and rely on horses for mobility. This possibility gives a whole new perspective on those biblical prophecies, doesn't it? Considering these developments, it's plausible that the biblical references to mounted armies aren't just metaphorical. In situations where modern technology fails or becomes a liability, reverting to horseback could be a practical solution, aligning with ancient prophecies. Well, that's all for today's episode, folks. Until next time, keep your Bibles close and your horses closer. Well, folks, we've waded through dissected this file and taken a good hard look at the evidence. And what we've found? Well, it's a mixed bag to say the least. So this is up for debate.
Well, folks, that's all she wrote me up. Bye now.
Hey y'all, if you love what we do here on Redneck Files and want to help us keep making even bigger and better videos, you can support the channel by donating through our Squarespace donation page. Donations are completely optional, but every bit helps us keep the show running and bringing you more awesome content. If you'd like to contribute, check out the link in the description. And as always, the best way to support us is by watching, liking, and sharing our videos. Thanks for being part of the Redneck Files family.